What's up, you guys? Sean Ross Sapp, managing editor, Fightful.com, FightfulWrestling.com here, doing things a little bit differently. I was at Starrcade on Saturday night, but no live post show because it wasn't aired on the network, at least not yet. It actually goes live in just a few minutes on WWE Network in a special 1-hour presentation. And I thought, man, do I want to wait until after this show to do a live review? And I thought, no, I don't. I want to do a live watch along. I've wanted to test this out for a while, but I mean, how do I go about testing that out? Do I do it for a 3-hour Raw? Do I do it for a pay-per-view? It is one of our Fightful Select goals when we get like over 1,000 subscribers, but that's a long ways away. So I thought, what better night to do it than here? I was at the venue. I was able to talk to some wrestlers. I was able to get some information on the show and give you a firsthand experience of the show. So we're going to watch Starrcade as it unfolds. I think there are 2 matches that are going to be broadcast on the network that were there. But I can tell you, for one, this card looked nothing like it was originally supposed to. It was just categorically different, with Braun Strowman being hurt, Becky Lynch being hurt, and Daniel Bryan winning the WWE Championship. All but I think one match had something changed to it. There were just major changes to this card. But the card that we ended up getting was Bayley, Ember Moon, Sasha Banks, and Dana Brooke defeating Alicia Fox, Mickie James, Nia Jax, and Tamina. This is after Elias came out and did a concert, was joined by Ric Flair, but the heels all interrupted. Nia Jax had some great heat, and she sang off key to kind of get the crowd healing for her. Babyfaces won. You had Drew McIntyre defeating Finn Balor. That was supposed to be something a little bit different, I believe. That may have been the only one that stuck around the way it was supposed to go. The B team defeated the Revival. A lot of people were upset. They were hoping maybe they would slide Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows in here because Carl Anderson's the hometown boy. His kids were actually sitting in front of me. They were very hyped throughout the show. The Bar defeated New Day. The Bar defeated the New Day. No big show with the Bar last night. Just Cesaro and Sheamus. There was a bit of a pancake war going on at the start of the show, which you guys can see in our video section. You had Bray Wyatt return and defeat Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin came out and healed. He was supposed to face Braun Strowman, but announced that Strowman was hurt, so that match was changed as well. Bray Wyatt answers the open challenge and makes his return. He got a fantastic ovation. Lots of fireflies in the crowd there. The Charlotte-Asuka match, we'll talk about that because I believe that's airing on the network. Rey Mysterio defeated Shinsuke Nakamura by disqualification. Rey came out with a neck brace on to do Miz TV, which was really just selling the beatdown that Orton gave him on Tuesday. So technically, we got this match as advertised. It was a United States title match. But The Miz interrupted, caused the DQ, and Rusev made the save to a deafening pop. I mean, a deafening pop. He was super over. Lana gets them to do a tag team match to kind of make things up. So we had Rey Mysterio and Rusev defeating Nakamura and The Miz. AJ Styles and Samoa Joe in a steel cage match. Wasn't even, or actually that was supposed to be a cage match, but it was supposed to be a title match as well. No title on the line considering what happened with Daniel Bryan a couple weeks ago. That match is going to be broadcast, so we'll talk about that. Seth Rollins retained the Intercontinental Championship in 27 minutes by defeating Dean Ambrose. This was not supposed to be a cage match, but it was one since Becky and Charlotte was pulled from the show. So lots of stuff changing on this. Baron Corbin was supposed to face Braun Strowman. That was changed. AJ and Joe was supposed to be a title match. That was changed. Charlotte was supposed to face Becky. She ended up facing Asuka. Obviously, no title on the line. Rollins and Ambrose wasn't supposed to be a cage match. That changed as well. B-Team and Revival, not advertised. The women's 8-man tag or 8-woman tag, not advertised. The tag match with Mysterio and Rusev, not advertised. Obviously, that was a late change. So very little of what happened on this show was actually supposed to happen. Chime in with any questions you guys might have. By the way, Dean Ambrose had a great reaction. Cincinnati loves him, man. Cincinnati hasn't had a lot of wrestlers to cheer for in their day. So when you get one like Dean Ambrose, the fans really seem to like him. So when we see this, it is essentially a retread of a program that we've seen all year. AJ Styles and Samoa Joe. Charlotte and Asuka was a WrestleMania match. We are about to get underway on the network. I know some of you won't be watching this live, so I'll try my best to sync it up for you. I'll do my best, but so far, Starrcade hasn't popped up yet. I'm looking forward to doing one of these maybe for the holiday season, because I don't know if I want to be on the air for an extra hour as Raw ends on Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve. But we have the WWE Network signal coming up now. The Then Now Forever. So go ahead and fire up that Starrcade if you all haven't already. What do you all think about the new Then Now Forever? I did see the intro that I suspect they will play at the top of this show. Well, they're going to show the Elias concert as well. For the purpose of this podcast, I was sitting 3 rows deep on the entrance side. Not the greatest view, honestly. If you can avoid getting flat seats and get elevated seats, really 100 level is where it's at. Guys, this show brought to you by On Your Own. On Your Own is a personal finance blog that provides free and unbiased information that anyone can understand. Whether you're starting out in the real world or just looking for a new beginning, On Your Own will be there as a helpful guide and your best supporter. On Your Own blog articles are written by personal finance experts from the National Endowment for Financial Education. The NEFE is the leading nonprofit national foundation dedicated to inspiring empowered financial decision-making for individuals and families. The On Your Own blog covers a wide range of topics, including how to choose a credit card, how to get started investing, and what to do if your identity is stolen as well. We've had that happen to several of our readers, several of our viewers. The blog only links to reputable resources that you can trust, so all of your personal finance questions can be answered on the blog or one of our resources. Check out onyourown.org/Fightful. Remember, onyourown.org/Fightful. It is completely free. Help yourself out. There's nothing wrong with getting a little help, getting a little advice, and onyourown.org/Fightful is a great free resource that will empower you to make a better financial decision. onyourown.org/Fightful. And we thank them for sponsoring the podcast. I see Warren in the live chat. Does Warren want to join me? I ain't paying you, Warren. Just so you know. Goodness of your heart. Leave a thumbs up, subscribe, guys, all that good stuff. Also, subscribe to our new MMA channel. I see John Baez in the chat. John joined me for a retro review that will air WrestleMania season. That was a lot of fun. We reviewed WrestleMania 3. So I had some people say that they were disappointed in the set. They thought it would be bigger. I mean, if they can get away with this, they will. They should do this more often. I mean, Halloween Havoc, Spring Stampede, why not? Why not go this route? Why not do that? Here's to hoping they didn't catch me on camera during this show. Although the cameramen were usually our side pointing outwards. The hard cam was from the entrance if you are looking towards the ring to the right. And it was a pretty full house, to be honest with you. It was a good crowd last night. A large part of the arena tarped off because of the backstage area and those obstructed. And there was a the top area of US Bank was also tarped off. But, man, I think they did an awesome crowd last night, and they were hot all night long. I'm interested to see how much of this they show. Got to meet several Fightful readers, viewers, including one who I assume won while I was at a urinal screamed, "Sean Ross Sapp taking a piss!" To which I replied while still pissing, "Yes, I am." And when I turned around, nobody was there. That was creepy. How long was the show? 3.5 hours, start to finish. Started at 7:30 p.m., didn't end till about 11. It was a long, long night. They really didn't need to add B-Team and Revival. We didn't need that. We didn't need we could have done without Miz TV. We could have just went into what they had with Mysterio and Rusev taking on Miz and Nakamura. We did not need to sandwich a 10-minute pointless tag match in there. Nia had some heat last night, guys, and Alicia Fox was extra last night. Elias had to ask her to calm down at one point. Mezzy Mez says the guy at the urinal Batman me. Yeah, he did, didn't he? So the Flair promo was pretty edited. Among the luminaries in the crowd, I saw my boy Jamie Ramsey. He does a lot of media director stuff for the Cincinnati Reds. Saw John Martin, who listens to the podcast as well. Lots of cool stuff there, man. It's always great going to a wrestling show and meeting people who support your work. That's like one of my favorite things. That was a blast. Elias super over too, of course. Met Violet Mixtape on Twitter. I met his wife. She saw me, I believe, near the concession area. Yeah, they shortened this segment a lot. Yeah, I guess I missed out on some of Alicia Fox and Mickie James's dance moves from my seat. John Bias says, we need SRS and NYC. I'm hoping I can make a trip next year at some point. I mean, plane tickets are pretty cheap there. I think that could have went without Alicia jumping in. That was Nia's spot to get heat, to be honest with you. Tamina not having any of this. Gwen Evans says, Elias is the ultimate house show act. He played Wonderwall with the Good Brothers and Bo Dallas when they came to the UK last year. Yeah. No Way Jose's a really good live event act, too. He's a good live event show starter, even though he hasn't been working a lot lately. Glad to see that the crowd noise came through on TV as well. By the way, guys, if you all missed the press conference, there's my third place medal from a regional submission wrestling tournament. I don't want to fight Melissa. Why do I got to fight Melissa? We should be able to talk it out like adults. I just want to say credit to Dana Brooke, who has gotten in incredible shape in recent months. I missed a good portion of this match. So what I'm about to see much of it for the first time. So we're going to get Miz TV tonight. I'm interested to see how they actually fit all the stuff they say they were going to fit in on here. So they're now not advertising the Charlotte Asuka match. Assuming that doesn't air, I'll talk a little bit about that. That was a very good match, by the way. Besides Asuka softballing a couple kicks. John Bias says Enes Kanter, baby. Yeah, I'm a big Enes Kanter fan. He's a Kentucky boy, essentially, at heart. He came to University of Kentucky, even though he didn't get to play. This is a harmless match to put on here. Dana Brooke getting the crowd fired up. And it was a good crowd all night. I was very pleased with that. Hopefully that leads to some more special events and big shows coming to Cincinnati or Lexington or anything like that, man. We don't get a lot of that. By all means, I believe this was the first pay-per-view, technically, kind of, since 09, 2010, maybe. It's been a long time. Sean, will NXT UK talent be a part of call-ups now? Hey, those are saved for the Fightful Select Q&A show. If you have questions about this show, though, more than happy to answer it. But we do Q&A shows over on FightfulSelect.com, our premium service. That is the most direct way to support us. We do the Weekender podcast where Steven Jensen reviews Ring of Honor, Impact, Lucha Underground, NWA Being the Elite. I've got something special, a new show coming up. We've got Mr. Warren Hayes' 205 Live, NXT UK reviews. Stone Osborne says Arizona doesn't get much either. Middle of nowhere right next to LA. Hey, sir, you're getting a Royal Rumble and an NXT in like a month and a half. The E is trying so hard to get heat on Nia, says Jasper. They don't have to try too hard. She's got it. It's there. Nick from Pro Wrestling Unlimited asks, was the commentary team there live? Not that I saw. Also saw Jim Nielsen. A networking master is Jim Nielsen. If you guys are OVW fans, a woman by the name of Kayla Stahl is a close friend of mine. And we were at Raw 1001, a bunch of us in a skybox, me and some OVW talent and some people that were heading up Absolute Action MMA at the time. Helped make a lot of the connections that I have to this day. Kind of a nice memory. That's the night that the arena caught on fire. Bayley is somehow incredibly underrated, even though she's had runs as champion in NXT and Raw and had big main event, or not main event, but title matches in the past. She's very good. It's a lazy pen. Very lazy pen. I saw a lot of people that complained about Nia playing like happy-go-lucky, essentially. I mean, she's trolling. She's getting that heat. For better or for worse. Man, I don't know about some of this offense, though. It's just not there. It's really low effort, low energy. from a lot of people involved, honestly. Bayley and Finn deserve better. Damn it, Finn got a great reaction as well. Lots of dead air on this show for me, eh? That's why I don't like doing a lot of watch-alongs. Imagine if I did a 3-hour Raw. What would I have to talk about? We barely filled out 35 minutes last week. Speaking of, check us out. Fightful.com. We do the Raw, SmackDown post-show podcast. We do pay-per-view post-shows. Bayley breaking free, landing some offense. Alicia just tagged Nia on her ass. Man, Sasha was over. That was a softball clothesline, couple softball clotheslines. Like, what's the point? Running into her wrist a little bit. No, those aren't softball. I get the feeling these won't be either. Why switch the camera angle there? Especially when it's so good for that move. I don't get it. Why does Tamina wrestle in a vest? Beautiful eclipse. Has anybody taken that badly yet? Because I don't think I've seen it, if so. Super Thez press. Oh, nasty. I don't know who you put the blame on there. Mickey or Dana, considering that Mickey probably could have taken a step in. She took a couple of body presses poorly. An elbow drop that Nia took pretty badly as well. Bank statement applied. I think Alicia almost tapped out. Oh, she did there. Had to turn her towards the hard camera. Dana Brooke with the Starrcade win. Woo boy. I love that eclipse, man. That takes some real talent to hit, and everybody takes it good. Everybody looks great taking that move. So I'm glad that they added that. I mean, why not? That's harmless. I think the definition of insanity at this point is reading the definition of insanity, because that's the same shit over and over again. Also, the definition of insanity is the state of being seriously mentally ill or madness, extreme foolishness or irrationality.
Maybe I'm not. Every time you step in that ring, over and over again.
That shitty cliche is insanity. Have you noticed that wrestlers with elbow pads and kick pads on the house shows? I don't know what you mean by that. Do I notice them wearing them more? They should. I don't know why they wouldn't. We didn't see these vignettes either, or these promos. Good promo, though. Gotta give him credit. It is a good promo. Thank you, Wildboy87, for the donation. Much appreciated, my friend. Making it worth the live stream. Remember, guys, the most direct way you can support Fightful.com is checking out our premium service, FightfulSelect.com. Every month we do a retro review. I do at least 2 Q&A podcasts a month. Every week we have the Weekender, which reviews Impact, Lucha Underground, Ring of Honor, NWA, Being the Elite. Every week we have the NXT 205 Live podcast. We've got outtake footage. We have dark match commentary every couple of weeks. We have alternate fight commentary, which is pretty much exactly like this. You get access to all our members-only podcasts. And then one tier up, we have stuff like the Russo Reveals clips. We've got Stupid People Extended. That is the most direct way to support Fightful.com. Sean, you have the best hair of the IW. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I try. It's looking rough, man. I still don't really know how to handle it, but it's for a good cause eventually. When Cody didn't wear knee pads, it looked weird. Yeah, he's got those thin legs. Stone says, need that Hammerstone interview. Hey, when I get the time. I got to wait for there to be something that is mutually beneficial for us to push. Well.
And just as The Miz is announcing his extraordinary guest, who arrives on stream, none other than Mr. Warren Hayes.
Funny that we mention Fightful Select. We have the host of the Fightful Select 205 Live NXT review. Not getting paid a dime for this stream, though. Mr. Warren Hayes.
I'm glad you invited me in, Sean. And I don't mind doing this out of the kindness of my heart. It's the beginning of the holiday season.
It is. It is. Rey Mysterio running out with a neck brace on. He's fine, by the way. By the way, those kids he's slapping hands with, Carl Anderson's kids.
No kidding.
Yeah, the first 2 at least. Man, that girl was getting pictures with wrestlers all night long. They loved her. That was really cool to see. Lana did as well. But, yeah, this segment was not advertised. One of many things not advertised.
It seemed like it was a really fun event to attend live, Sean. I'm sure you had a great time.
It was okay to attend.
It was okay?
It was 3.5 hours long.
You got your money's worth as far as a live event goes.
Well. I got my money's worth because I didn't pay money to go there. Also, I got to keep the chair I was sitting in. They had like commemorative Starrcade chairs.
With the logo and everything?
Yeah, with the logo. I guess I can grab this thing and...
Sure, I'll entertain folks in the meantime. So, I was just sitting around, basically, and Sean was like, why don't you come in?
Have a
Warren,
goddamn chair!
Look at that.
I can't hear you, Warren.
That's a hell of a collectible. It's a thumbs up kind of collectible. Look at that.
Look at that. The sweet chair.
It looks comfy. It looks comfy.
It was not actually.
You're destroying everything I feel about the show. It's like, no, Warren. No.
Yeah, you would be right in that assessment. Here's the other side. Also, this is one of those chairs that'll land you in prison if you take the tag off and you don't own it.
Really? I've heard of those. What
So
the hell
bottom
is...
line, guys, don't go fucking with my chair tag or you're going to jail. Because as you can see here...
What the hell is Shinsuke wearing?
Hold on. Under penalty of law, this tag not to be removed except by the consumer. I am the consumer.
So will you take it off live for us, Sean? Because you can take it off.
You're asking me to strip my chair?
Why don't you go ahead and strip your chair? Strip it bare.
You know what?
Strip it down to its basics.
I do it for the viewer. I do it for the wrestling viewer.
For sure.
Man, this tag came all the way from Wisconsin, too. Hopefully I don't get, like, the residue. Oh, man, it's looking like I will. This is gross, man. Because you got to go slow, you know.
Yes. Well, you have to go slow. That's how you get maximum pleasure when you do that, right? It's much more satisfying.
Yeah. Well, when you visit BlueChew.com and use the code Fightful, you don't have to go slow because Blue Chew is prescribed online by a doctor. So you don't have to go to the doctor's office. You don't have to wait in line. You can go fast or you can go slow. You can go at your own pace, Warren. Maybe you say, "No, what? I'm not done yet." And because Blue Chew works faster than those other guys, it's a chewable. But it's got the same FDA-approved active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis. So you know it works. But because it's a chewable, it gets in your system a lot faster to give you the performance that you need. And you know what? As I satisfy the viewer by ripping this tag off, this super illegal tag, I'm going to give you guys the benefit of free. That's right. Not only am I going to satisfy you with this tag ripping for free, but when you use the code Fightful, you can get your first shipment of Blue Chew free. How about that? How about that? How about I end up with a super clean chair and you end up with a mega hard dick? BlueChew.com, code Fightful. You can take them anytime, day or night. They're made in the USA. They ship and prepare direct. They're cheaper than a pharmacy. What you need to do, guys, get that extra confidence in bed. Uh-oh. Let's do it. Oh.
Ooh.
It's good.
Now you got it.
No, y'all got to pay for it. FightfulSelect.com. No, I'm just kidding. Look at that.
That's so satisfying.
Look at that. I'm bad. Melissa doesn't stand a chance.
No, she does not. There you go.
Oh, my God. It's so satisfying.
Anyway, you can thank me later for that segue, Sean.
There is like no adhesion left on this.
It was all left behind.
All new material consisting of 100% polyurethane foam pad. Ooh, baby.
I love me some foam pad.
Who doesn't? Shinsuke Nakamura trolling Rey Mysterio. Him out there with the neck brace is just funny.
What is Shinsuke wearing, though? That is amazing.
Yeah, man. He looks like Freddie Mercury / Elvis.
It's incredible.
Like, if I saw him riding down the street, like riding down Joe Nuxall Way on a bicycle in that, I wouldn't be surprised.
So Miz is still acting rather heelish here.
He sure is.
I think those of us who may be worried that they're doing a face turn with him might be a little, maybe a little reassured with this interview here.
Yeah, man. Well,
because it feels like a swerve. Basically, what I'm getting at is that it feels like a swerve what they're doing right now with Shane on SmackDown. Like, you know, it's a completely Miz thing to do to sort of sneak his way into someone's heart and then, you know, just spin around and turn against him when things don't go his way. Because obviously
Sure.
Shane isn't gonna put up with him for long.
I guess we'll see, but I don't know if a lot of this was necessarily in canon. Now, this is funny. I don't know if we see how the neck brace lands, but it was amazing. Watch this. If it shows it. Oh, we didn't see it. So the Miz is throwing out a chair right there. And the neck brace landed perfectly on the underside of the chair as Miz is throwing it out of the ring. It was amazing. Somebody asked if this is a bong. No, it's a water jug. I don't smoke out of a bong. I'm an adult. I have my mother roll J's like a respectable adult.
Yeah, of course. Huh. That's what we all do.
Nice little safe front suplex.
So we didn't quite get the entire promo. Why did Mysterio come out with the neck brace in the first place?
The Randy Orton attack is what we're told.
Oh, okay.
That's what we're told.
He's selling the injury.
Yes.
Getting your mask ripped off obviously creates a form of whiplash.
Yes. Ray actually participated in 3 Starrcades, but how about this? Never 2 in a row.
That's
96, he lost to Liger. 98, he lost to Kidman. Juventud Guerrero was in the match. And in 2000, the Filthy Animals lost to Jeff Jarrett and the Harris brothers. He had never won a Starrcade match leading into this night.
Lost to the Harris brothers.
Now, a lot of this I couldn't really see either because I was on the other side of the ring.
Come on, ref, throw the match out.
We had to basically battle a photographer, a cameraman, and the ring post where we were sitting. Myself and Nikita Krylov fan, as Fightful MMA podcast viewers will know him. That looked nasty. I could tell that looked nasty. Ass to the nose.
That didn't look fun.
It sure didn't. Wait till you hear the pop that's about to come. Not this one, but hey.
Ooh.
Rusev super over to that point of the night, which honestly, this is pretty deep into the night. This, what you just saw, was the 7th match of the night.
That's nuts.
Yeah. So apparently no Charlotte versus Asuka on this broadcast, as we were told. Charlotte won that match. It was very good. Went about 16 minutes.
That reaction Rusev is getting, man.
Oh, he was over big time.
They were hot for Rusev.
So was Lana. Get it?
Yeah, yes. Yes, Sean. I think my stream might be a little ahead. Like they're already fighting on my end.
Yeah, not quite on my end.
Okay. Mine's a little ahead. Must be that sumptuous Canadian internet. Smooth like maple syrup.
Yeah, I have some maple syrup up on my wall in a glass jar. So when the rumors were that Rusev wanted to leave, I was thinking, what could he call himself outside of WWE? Then I realized that his first name is Miroslav. And I'm thinking he could be Rusev. Rusev Crush.
Rusev Crush. It'd work on so many levels.
Oh, he could call himself Alexander Rusev as well. It'd be great. Get his first name back.
For sure.
John Candy and One Night in Milwaukee. We don't play that shit in Cincy. Wild Boy says, Lana is live events GM, huh? Tell her no, I dare you. Bet you can't. And we are already over halfway through this show.
Yeah, just a quick hour dip.
That was a nice clothesline, and Mysterio did not bump off of it. Vinny Fernando said, looks like they're not going to show Bray's return. Lost all interest. Yeah. Well, we have at least a video of part of his entrance up on youtube.com/Fightful. Peep it out, my friends. Subscribe if you haven't already.
Can't wait to see him back on Raw now. So what kind of role they have ready for him.
Or not. They probably don't have a role ready for him.
Or not. Which is a shame. I've always been a Bray Wyatt guy. I've always loved his character work.
There's a lot of potential in that character.
Of course there is. Just been saddled with poor ideas.
Or no ideas.
What's worse?
Both can be pretty rough. Ray looks such a step beyond what he was when he left. Like, doesn't even seem like the same guy.
No.
Somebody says, Warren, what is the picture in your background?
Hang on, let me double check to make sure. The picture, right up here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a. Let's zoom in on it. It's a deer, a hipster deer, enjoying a cup of coffee. That's the kind of wall art I have in my home.
So that is the most ironically hipster art possible because it is literally hipster art.
It is absolutely hipster art, and I really like it.
You have a bird.
And I do have, it's my daughter's parakeet, actually. Her name is Mackie.
I was about to ask. Named after Anthony Mackie, the actor?
No, more like named after the sushi roll, to be perfectly honest.
Named after Return of the Mackie?
No, named after the sushi roll, Sean.
Named after Mac 10?
Named
after Willie Mack, Mark McGuire, Rory McDonald, Little Mac from the Punch-Out game, Big Mac of sandwich fame, mac and cheese.
It's named after a sushi roll.
Mad Mac, the horrible ripoff of Mad Max. or as the birds call it, Mad Mac, Furry Road. I don't know. Those are feathers. It's not fur, right?
No, exactly. It ruffles feathers, not fur.
Mr. Mackey, does it avoid drugs? As Death Ray says. Rodney Mack. The Mac Militant. Teddy Long. Mac Down Live. Maybe Mac Beggs. Are you familiar?
I'm not familiar with Mac Beggs, though.
It's a transgender high school wrestler from Texas.
Okay. Who's probably in the news right now?
Oh, I mean, earlier this year, yes.
Earlier this year, okay.
The popular Prodigy song, you know, Mac My Bitch Up.
I remember that one.
And this match didn't need to happen the way that it did. I feel like they could have went right into this tag match with an attack out of Miz TV, and then Rusev made the save there. We didn't need the match to happen before it.
No, that's a little strange. Like you said, there literally could have been just like Rusev running in at the end of Miz TV and just go right into it.
Well, Rusev got a big pop. He was there.
Well, that's good.
Yes.
And over Rusev is good for everyone.
Wish they would do something with him.
Oh, well, yeah, you know, he has this nice little tag team going. Oh, wait, no. But they split him up for really good reason.
All of the match times have been switched on Wikipedia to N/A. Even though they were up earlier.
That's interesting.
Not really. It's not that interesting.
Well, I mean, interesting in the fact that
some naysay everything that you bring up. That seems like a fair idea.
I mean, it's interesting. Just, you know, that someone in WWE would take the time to do that. Is my point.
Todd in the live chat says, "Is this only an hour?" Yes, it is. Took them about 10 minutes to set this cage up. You can see me rushing the guardrail here, trying to slap a piece of that Joe. Not really.
What did he do with Joe from this point on? Like, he hasn't won a big match since it goes before his rivalry with Brock. Like, he literally has not won a single big match since then. And, you know, with
Samoa Joe's last big win was like surviving the Titanic. That was it. I think you got to switch him, man. I don't think he can be on SmackDown Live anymore.
I don't think he can be on SmackDown anymore. And with the way the roster's thinning out on Raw right now, you know, Braun being out with an injury and Roman, I think they could really use him there. By the way, it's really strange to see AJ without the title. Yeah, I kind of feel like the first time I saw Okada without the title, it was like, wow, this is really strange.
You look at it, Joe lost with the quickness at Survivor Series. He got beat at Crown Jewel. He lost at Super Showdown. He lost at Hell in a Cell. He won at SummerSlam, but by DQ, so that doesn't count.
Nope.
He didn't win Money in the Bank. He lost to Joe at Backlash, or lost to Roman Reigns. Technically, I'm right. Lost to Roman Reigns at Backlash. Lost to Rollins at Greatest Royal Rumble. He was not on Mania. He was not on the Rumble. The last pay-per-view, let's see. He won, technically his team won at Survivor Series last year, but he didn't win that.
Nope. He was taken out.
He lost at SummerSlam in the Brock Lesnar match that year. I'm sitting here trying to think of a time that Samoa Joe has won on pay-per-view. And I'm coming up empty.
Yep. So am I. And it's impressive.
Extreme Rules. That was the one time. He won the 5-way at Extreme Rules.
Oh, my.
Wow. And Fastlane, he TKO'd Sami Zayn.
That's been a while. And that's the thing. What's impressive is that they keep pushing him as this this monster, like this sociopathic monster that'll cut away at you, that will know what to do to take you down, but he just keeps losing all the big fights. I don't think it's doing him any favors.
Yeah. Whew, boy, man, that long, a year and a half. There are reports, by the way, as I see somebody tweeting about it, that apparently the working piss that was planned for Drake Maverick last week didn't work, and he had to legit piss his pants.
Wait.
What? It might be shoot piss. There is real discussion about whether or not this is shoot piss or work piss.
So basically, folks, if you're ever involved in a urine angle, have your little gimmick set up for your working piss, but down a couple of bottles of water, maybe a king can of Monster Energy drink before you head out there, just in case you need to, shoot. Literally.
You never know. You never know. Did you see EC3's picture with him?
No. I'm
he posted something on Thanksgiving, like spending Thanksgiving with great friends, and he had his arm around Spud, Drake Maverick, and EC3 had a giant wet spot in his pants. And Drake just looked dejected.
Oh, yeah, okay, I just saw it. That's amazing.
Fantastic, right?
Oh, that's fantastic. How'd you like this match, Sean? You're muted, Sean.
It's like, Drake, where's your collar, bro?
Use a little fabric softener there, boy.
Yeah. Come on. Been gnawing on your shirt.
So how'd you like this match, Sean?
I liked it. It was good. It was decent. The Rollins-Ambrose one was better. Rollins took some nasty bumps into that cage. And they got this, like I said, put up in about 10 minutes. Very quick.
Yeah.
And they did not take it easy on the cage at all. I was quite surprised with the finish of this, although I guess I shouldn't have been, all things considered. It's just weird how Samoa Joe has had just title opportunity after title opportunity in storyline when he hasn't won a pay-per-view match since, like I mentioned, Extreme Rules. Although his team technically did win at Survivor Series last year.
Yeah, but is that enough? Is that enough to justify the title match? Kayfabe, of course.
Also, it says something when you have the level of talent WWE does, and it's just November. It is about a half a year away from your superstar shakeup. You're still 5 months away from that.
Mm-hmm.
And people are like, man, this guy needs to switch. This guy needs to switch. This guy needs to switch. Especially considering on SmackDown, with regularity, people have several months off.
Yes.
To freshen up.
Yes.
I got to say, Seth Rollins also sold very hilariously on a lot of spots. He knew that Ambrose was going to get a lot of babyface reactions. One thing I've always hated about WWE cage matches is being able to escape out the door. Like, why? I think that should be a forfeit. If you want to go out the door, you forfeit the match.
Well, I mean, isn't that but that's the heel way out. That's always how it's been presented. That's always how it's been executed. You're the babyface. You want to go over the cage.
Yeah, but why? To me, it's going over the cage is the dumbass's way. of going out.
But
There is
also
a door there.
It's also the courageous way. It's the
Courageous. Why?
well, because you have so much heart. You know, you're overcoming the obstacle. It's
Yeah, my heart doesn't get any bigger or smaller just because I walk through that door, homeboy.
Or maybe it's like literally going over. Maybe there's something a lot more literal.
I think you're giving them way too much credit. I think you should just cut the shit. To be quite honest with you. Because I'm not going to have any of this tomfoolery. Courtney Summers says, the door is there, so if something happens, they can get in there quickly. I'm okay with the door existing and being there. It just doesn't need to be a way that the wrestlers can win the match.
Ooh.
I think it should be a way that the wrestlers can lose the match, as in they forfeit, but other than that.
So basically, you would have never, the escape from the cage would have never been a way to win the match.
I'm okay with escaping from the cage being a way to win the match, but you should have to climb over.
Okay.
I'm also okay with pinfall and submission. But if you walk through that door, that should be a forfeit. I just think that's how it should be.
Yeah.
That would institute courageous and not courageous.
Wait, why is the ref counting? Joe's leg was on the bottom rope the whole time.
Also, no DQ, my man.
Oh, okay.
No draw. Like, what's going on? I don't think you can do that here. Maybe I'm wrong, but I doubt it.
But I mean, even if you're counting a pinfall, if he has his leg on the rope, even if there's no DQ, it's not a disqualification thing. You're interrupting a pin attempt.
Boy, AJ hits that so smooth. That moonsault DDT. MK Ultra says, if going through the door was not allowed, you could get a spot where the heel is trying to push the babyface out, and that could make for good drama. I like that. You're trying to throw somebody out the door to make them forfeit. I'm a genius. I'm a miracle worker. No, WWE, I will not return your calls.
That's fine. They don't return yours anyway.
They return mine.
Oh,
That's
okay.
why I was at this show. That's why, Warren, you're sitting there with your fucking parakeet while I'm sitting here with this bad boy.
That's right.
And this sexy thing. You're not the consumer. I am, Warren.
That's true. That's
How about
true.
you don't forget it?
I keep forgetting about your lifestyle, man.
With
It
your hipster
confuses
buck
me.
up there.
Your lifestyle confuses me, man.
Yeah, that's right. See, I got great seats, but I didn't pay for them because I'm thrifty. And when you go to onyourown.org/Fightful, you can get all kinds of great, thrifty, smart advice on handling your finances. I know we have a lot of young viewers, a lot of young readers. This personal finance blog is really something, and it's completely free. I'm not even selling you guys anything here. OnYourOwn.org/Fightful. I'm telling you, you're going to love it. Such a confusing lifestyle that I lead.
You can thank me for all the sponsor
Look
lead-ins
at this.
later.
I had this nice mug. These were not cheap, but I didn't pay for them. It's amazing, right?
Amazing.
Amazing.
Budeo in the chat asks me if I think Samoa Joe could go back to NXT and be the Cassius Ohno, in the Cassius Ohno spot. There's no reason to send Joe back to NXT at all.
He's a main roster guy.
For sure.
Yeah, I bet AJ hits the Styles Clash here. Psych! AJ looked like he was going to hit a phenomenal forearm on the cage. He took that kick great. One, two, okay. Remember, guys, you can catch more of Warren on the weekly FightfulSelect.com NXT 205 Live podcast. He's been doing a devoted NXT UK podcast the last couple of weeks as they've done double episodes. And we have Steven Jensen of the Fight Talk podcast coming to review Ring of Honor, Impact, Lucha Underground, NWA, BTE. Warren also joins me on a lot of those retro reviews. So check that out. December, stocked full of stuff. I did a Fightful Books It podcast with Simon Willis, where I took your all's questions on how you all would want to see or how we would want to see certain things booked. Lots of goodies over at FightfulSelect.com. Of course, you get all your free stuff over at FightfulWrestling.com. Why are you going anywhere else for your wrestling news? Hit us up. We're better.
Honestly, I don't know why anyone goes anywhere else anymore.
It's just pointless. Pointless, man. Maybe you want to read 14-word articles about an Instagram post. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah, I mean, you do you, right? But if you want the real quality content.
Exactly.
The real
we'll make that at least 30 words at Fightful.com.
Minimum.
At least 30.
And on Select, like Sean said, I mean, we go above and beyond that. My 205 Live NXT report, recap, I've been doing extra special duty because, like Sean said, because of NXT UK doing double duty.
Check out this abrupt shit. By the way, I post a lot of early access. What? There is no DQ.
That's weird.
Yeah.
What is?
By the way, I post early access to a lot of Fightful articles on FightfulSelect.com Tier 2. AJ Styles gets the win. Yeah, it was an okay match. Todd says, do a review for MLW. I would like to add MLW soon. So that's Starrcade, Ewans. This was not the main event. Rollins versus Ambrose was the main event. So, Warren, as we wrap up, what do you think of this short presentation of Starrcade?
Well, I think what I appreciated the most was your seat.
Yeah,
that we got to see. The sticker. I thought that was it's something that will stick with me for a while. And I also appreciated all my lead-ins to all our great Fightful sponsors as well.
Yes, NEFE, onyourown.org/Fightful. They can really, really help you guys out with some personal finance advice. Check them out. All jokes aside, they are great. I vet these things before I even take them on as a sponsor. And if you need help with a little something else, BlueChew.com, code Fightful. Get it for free. Just pay $5 shipping. Listen, your boy 100. It's Wednesday, 3 p.m. Eastern. If you watch one podcast this year, watch Listen, your boy 100. I have a fight with Melissa that I don't want to do. If we fight, I'm going to make it as ridiculous as possible.
She's such a heel. She's not listening to you. You're trying to reason with her, Sean. What's wrong with her?
Yeah, I'm trying to. We're adults. But I'm promising music. I'm promising big surprises, great green screen trickery, broken bones, moves banned from WWE, super huge explosions. Guys, thank you all so much. Warren, let them know where they can follow you on social media.
It's not very complicated. You can find me on YouTube at youtube.com/Mr. Warren Hayes or on Twitter at Mr. Warren Hayes.
I am at Sean Ross Sapp, but hit up FightfulWrestling.com. We're out.